There is so much talk about romanticizing our lives and living soft lives. What does all that even mean, and how do we achieve this if we live in a busy area or don't have much time in a day? Does it mean we need to buy soft clothes, run out and get a cuddly puppy, and lounge around drinking warm beverages all day? Although that sounds fantastic, it would be pretty unattainable for most of us. I think it's also a lot simpler to live this kind of lifestyle than we even realize. It just requires some retraining of our brains and some time to slow down. In the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, he talks about choices and how they have impacted our generation.
What is it that holds capable, driven people from breaking through to the next level?
We have all observed the exponential increase in choices over the last decade. Yet even in the midst of it, and perhaps because of it, we have lost sight of the most important ones. In a few hundred years, when the history of our time will be written, it is likely that the most important event historians will see is not technology, not the internet, not e-commerce. It is an unprecedented change in the human condition. For the first time, literally, substantial and rapidly growing numbers of people have choices. For the first time, they will have to manage themselves. And society is totally unprepared for it. We are unprepared in part because for the first time, the preponderance of choice has overwhelmed our ability to manage it. We have lost our ability to filter what is important and what isn't.
Anything less than the disciplined pursuit of the essential will lead to the undisciplined pursuit of the non-essential. And that's a price I don't think many of us would deliberately choose.
Decision fatigue. The more choices we are forced to make, the more the quality of our decisions deteriorate. We are overwhelmed and burnt out by our own lives. We feel exhausted running in a million directions in a day, and slowly we fall deeper and deeper into just getting by and never really challenging how we are living. Romanticizing our lives at its core is finding joy in what we have, as small as it may be. Finding beauty in a rainy day, drinking our coffee slow enough to taste the warmth and sweetness, taking a moment to savor a good book, getting dressed up even though there may be nowhere to go, taking small moments to enjoy the little things, and in doing this, we can create a life that is innumerably more fulfilling. Life is a funny thing. We often take things for granted, coast along doing the same thing each day, and rarely question how things could be changed for the better. Rick and I recently finished watching the Netflix series Love on the Spectrum Australia. The show follows people on the autism spectrum who want to find love. One couple in particular were so infectious, and we found every time they were on, we would have huge smiles on our faces. Ronan and Katie would just stare at each other, going on and on about how romantic their love story was. They knew that romance was important, and they were always focused on the beauty of the smallest things.
A big cheers to us.
Yeah.
For our romantic picnic.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps you and I could have a dance together.
Ah, that's really good. Yeah.
Pretty romantic.
I have been on a 1-year journey of slow living and simple living. I have minimalized my home, limited my time on social media, slowed down to be more present, and found way more than I ever anticipated. I found out that all the choices and consumerism was stealing the joy of simplicity, of a quiet, relaxing day at home, making homemade bread, gardening, and reading to my boys. I found out that I was too busy and rushed to even drink my tea, and when I did drink it, it ended up being cold, and I wasn't even paying attention to its true taste. Worst of all, I found out I was letting those precious fleeting moments of my boys' childhood slip through my fingers, all in the name of normal life. It's not normal to rush. It's not normal to never have downtime or time alone. It's not normal to take on so much that stress is an everyday occurrence. Society will make you believe all of this is normal, But I beg you to not fall into the trap. Instead, find the beauty in the everyday, simple moments that most of the world will never see. Those moments make up a beautiful, romantic life.